Okay, so now I'm going to walk you through your first spectrum analysis experiment with WiSpy and Chanalyzer Pro. And what we are going to do first is we are going to establish a baseline of what normal activity is going to look like. And you can leave it running as long as you want, but in this case, I have a minute of data and I'm just going to consider this normal. And so in this minute of data that I've selected, we can see this curved shape. And I can learn a little bit more about this curved shape by turning on the Wi-Fi channel labels, and I see that this is centered on Wi-Fi channel 6. So let's go to the networks table, and I have a few options in the networks table. I can sort by RSSI and I can sort by channel. I can also sort by anything else, but in this case I'm looking for an access point on channel 6 that has a relatively high amplitude level, and it's going to be SSID 1. So I put a check mark next to it, and that usually means that I want to see it drawn in the networks graph or drawn in the networks table up here. We know that the SSID1 is the access point that we're looking at, and we want to know, does a microwave oven interfere with this access point's communication? In your experiment, you are going to turn a microwave oven on for a minute. Since I'm working off a recording, I am just going to fast forward a minute. When a microwave turns on, you'll see the white current jump up a little bit more, and you'll see stuff creeping down in the waterfall view. The trick here is, since we have a time span of 1 minute, if we pause the capture exactly at the same time that the microwave oven turns off, you will be seeing exactly what the microwave oven looked like when it was on for a full minute. So I'm going to show you what that looks like. If you notice in the waterfall navigation, the density view and the waterfall view in the overview pane, both are reflecting what the microwave oven looks like. And we can see that it kind of creates noise across the entire frequency range, even on channel 1. And we no longer see that curved shape that was present for SSID1. This typically indicates interference. Interference is going to be something that is typically higher than negative 80 dBm, and it's going to be on top of the curved shape that we normally see for Wi-Fi. So I'm going to press Control R, and this is going to open up the report builder. You can also go to View and enable the report builder there as well. I'm going to click New Project, and I click the pencil because I'm going to give this report a title called Microwave Oven Interference. And you can fill in the other details. I'm not going to worry about it now. I'm going to add a block to the report builder. It's basically going to take a snapshot of exactly what you're looking at right now and add it to the report. So I can customize this. I can say, well, do I want the current? I don't really want the current there. I like the density view, so I'm going to keep that. And I like the networks view because that shows where the wireless network is located in the spectrum frequency space. So I can click the density. I can go up to the top of report builder and I can click density, and that's going to add a density block. And I can do the same for the waterfall as well. And this is going to take exactly what I'm looking at right now. And you know, if I decide that I don't want the networks overlay, I can turn it off and I can click this refresh button. And once you refresh it, it'll take a new snapshot of what the density view looks like. Now I'm going to edit the details of this, so I can say microwave oven interference. And you can fill in any details you want. I'm going to put SSID1 so I know which one it is interfering with. The Chanalyzer Pro software is going to come with default text that kind of explains each view. I have changed those, and you can change the default text if you'd like by clicking Save, and that will change the default text. Now, one thing that's really cool about Chanalyzer Pro is you can establish what baseline activity looks like, and you can visually explain it to a customer or a manager if you want. I know that this is baseline activity because it looks pretty normal. It stays consistent within the same frequency range. In this case, I was walking around and I was capturing activity. So when we see this curved shape on channel 6, I know that this is Wi-Fi activity, so I'm going to say that this is normal activity. And I am going to add the density block again. And I'm going to add a waterfall view again. And we can click preview here, and it's going to generate a report exactly as we have it. Now if I want to compare the density views right next to each other and the waterfall views next to each other, I can drag the blocks and I can move them around to different points and get the right order that I want. And we'll preview that again. So there we see that this is the microwave oven, and we see that this is the typical Wi-Fi. We can also add some channels tables of when the microwave came on. And that's just as easy as going to the table icon here and adding a channels table. And I'll throw that in under the microwave oven, and I'll change the title to microwave oven channels. So what we have done now is we've created a deliverable to let someone know how bad wireless interference can be. And now that you know how the time span will help you narrow in and zoom in on a point in time that shows interference, you'll be able to highlight points in time and add a block to a report builder and export it into a file that is visually understandable to someone who may not understand the finer details of spectrum analysis.